Understanding school finance and its effect on Edinburg CISD can be very simple. In the spring of 2006, the Texas legislature passed House Bill 1 in an attempt to reduce school property taxes and equalize state funding for all school districts. The bill required each school district to lower its tax rate by 1/3, and the state would make up the difference by increasing their state aid. Unfortunately, House Bill 1 negatively affected school finance by maintaining local and state revenues at the 2006 funding levels. This means in future years, if the property values in the district go up, the school district will not receive any additional state money. As our property taxes will generate more money for the district at the local level, the state will pay us less. Under this current system, the total money received for each student will never be higher than the amount of funding the district received for each student in 2006. How does this affect our budget process? The rising cost of goods and services is affecting everyone, but our revenue for each student is the same as it was back in 2006. We cannot continue to pay for all the rising expenses when they are increasing faster than the total amount of money we received to run the school district. For Edinburg CISD, payroll is the largest expense because we depend on people to deliver a service. Payroll costs make up about 80% of our total budget. The largest portion of this total is the cost of teachers and support staff who are interacting daily with our children in the classrooms. In the spring of 2011, the Texas legislature faced a $27 billion deficit that affected public education by being cut $5.4 billion. Edinburg CISD felt this decrease as our district funding from the state was reduced by a total of $7.6 million for the 2011-12 and 2012-13 school years combined. During these past several years, we have experienced student growth, requiring the district to hire more teachers, and we have opened 4 new elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and a high school, which has added to our total increasing expenses. What can the Edinburg School District do to get more money? There are only 2 ways under current law. One way is an increase in student enrollment, but more students would only mean more costs. Our district has experienced student growth every year, and we see this effect by high student enrollment in our schools, which means building more schools and hiring more teachers to serve our students. The second way is by raising the maintenance and operations tax rate. Public school districts tax at the local level, and we operate with 2 main funds. The Maintenance and Operations Fund, M&O, covers daily operating expenses like salaries, supplies, fuel, and utilities. The Interest and Sinking Fund, INS, pays for debt issuances that are approved by voters for capital improvements like new schools. Edinburg CISD Maintenance and Operations tax rate is $1.04. This is the maximum allowed by law without voter approval. The Interest and Sinking Fund tax rate is 19 cents. Our district's total tax rate is $1.23 per $100 of property valuation. We can raise additional revenue for the district to help with the rising cost of expenses, but voter approval is required through a tax ratification election. The district is planning to hold a tax ratification election on September 14, 2013, to increase the maintenance and operations tax rate to the maximum allowable amount of $1.17. Our goal is to maintain the total tax rate at $1.23 per $100 valuation by reducing the interest and sinking tax rate by 13 cents. Maintaining this total tax rate will only cover our rising expenses for a while. The district will work as efficiently as possible, and the interest and sinking fund tax rate will be monitored on an annual basis to ensure the district has sufficient funds to pay for our school bonds. Therefore, the school board is authorized on an annual basis to adjust the interest and sinking fund tax rate to raise sufficient funds to meet bond payment obligations. The state funding system of public education in Texas is broken. This is why Edinburg CISD joined hundreds of districts in filing suit against the state. As reported by the Associated Press on February 4, 2013, State District Judge John Dietz ruled that the system Texas uses to fund public schools violates the state's constitution by not providing enough money to school districts and failing to distribute the money in a fair and equitable way. However, school funding relief cannot be expected anytime soon due to an appeal to the Texas Supreme Court. The Edinburg School District Board of Trustees and Administration will continue to manage the district's finances in a fiscally responsible manner to deliver education in an intentionally exceptional way, so that the legacy of excellence continues.